رب المشرق والمغرب لا إله إلا هو فاتخذه وكيلا. Now the second lesson. The second lesson is take him as your wakil. Take him as a, now the word in Arabic is wakil. So let me explain what wakil means. It comes from the word wakal. Wakal means a person who's very weak, can't do anything themselves. If you tell them to finish a task, they can't finish the task. The word wakal was used for a person that is slow or too dumb to do something or too weak to do something. From it comes the idea of tawakkul. I recognize that I am not able to control everything in a situation. So whatever's out of my control, I'm handing it over to Allah. Allah who controls the east and the west. Allah who there's no ilah, no one to turn to except him. Therefore, Allah says, now take him as your wakil. Everything that is out of your control, leave it to him. Your sabh is in your control. Your standing in the night is in your control, isn't it? But there are things, Allah is now by saying, فَاتَّخِذُوا وَكِيلًا, Allah is actually saying there are other things that are completely out of your control. How will someone react to the da'wah of the Prophet ﷺ? Is that in his control? No. Will someone become violent with him? Will someone accept and then reject later? Or someone reject and accept later? None of that is under his control. The thing that's being taught, the first lesson that's being taught in tawakkul to Allah is that human beings can never control other human beings. And we can never control anybody else's hearts or their minds. Just internalize, I don't have control. I don't have control over my son. I don't have control over my daughter. I don't have control over my wife. I don't have control over my husband. I have control over myself. Allah will ask me how I use that control. And everything else, Allah, I'm handing control over to who? To Allah. فَاتَّخِذْهُ وَكِيلًا. You do your mission. You're not seeing any results. Rasul ﷺ may be doing his da'wah and every day things are getting more aggressive like I was mentioning before, and he's not seeing any results, and Allah is saying that's not under your control anyway. That's not what I'm asking you to do. Results are not up to you. Control is not up to you. لَسْتَ عَلَيْهِمْ بِمُسَيْطِرٍ. You're not in charge of them. You're not controlling them. Hand that over. This is where human beings have to accept their weakness, their inability. We have to accept our lack of control and Allah's complete control. Take him as someone who you leave your matters to. التوكيل أن تعتمد على غيرك وتجعله نائبا عنك. When you completely leave something in somebody's hands and you don't even think about it anymore. One of my favorite examples of tawakkul in the Quran, practical examples of tawakkul in the Quran, is in Surah An-Nur. In Surah An-Nur, there was a rumor about Aisha radiallahu anha. You guys remember? Yeah? Now, the thing with rumors is maybe one person started it. But does it stay with one person? It goes to 2 people, 2 to 7 people, 7 to 50 people, 50 to 1,000 people. Keeps going. And by the time you hear it, somebody's saying this about you. You're like, who told you? Oh, I don't want to talk about it. No, tell me who told you. Well, I was at this party and this guy was saying, what did he look like? Oh, he was wearing a t-shirt. Okay, I'm going to find him. And then you find that guy. Hey, so you said something. I didn't say anything. You did. I found out you said, yeah, I did say it. Who told you? And you have in your basement, you've got a picture board and you got a hit list of who told who told, because you want to get to the who started this. Can you ever get there? No. And some people didn't say that much bad stuff about you. Some people said a lot about you. Some people spoke little. Some people spoke much. And you're trying to make this fire stop. And the only way you'll make it stop is you're going to go after everyone who said something. You're going to screenshot everybody, right? And collect names. I have a hit list. Is that possible? No. Is the situation any longer in your control? No, it's not in your control. What does Allah say? لِكُلِّ امْرِئٍ مِّنْهُمْ مَا اكْتَسَبَ مِنَ الْإِثْمِ. The ones who started this rumor, every one of them will get however much sin they did from this. Some people said a lot, some people said a little. Some people just sat there and listened and said, oh, really? And the people who said, oh, really? They got a little bit sin too. Other people, really? Tell me more. They got a little bit more sin. The guy who started the whole thing, وَالَّذِي تَوَلَّى كِبْرَهُ, he's going to get the biggest. But did Allah say, this is the guy who's getting the biggest? This one's going to get 97%. This one's going to get 50%. This one's going to get 5%. Did Allah tell the believers who did what? No. Basically, Allah is telling us, leave that to me. Leave it alone. That's not for you. That's tawakkul. The word tawakkul is not used in that ayah, but tawakkul is being taught in that ayah, practically, right? And this is the concept we have to understand. There's a theory, I trust in Allah, I rely on Allah. And people say these things easily, but when it's put to the test, they don't want to lose control. They want to hold on to that control. And one of the most important aspects of really leaving things to Allah is when someone hurts you and you want to see them in pain. And like you want to see them pay the price for hurting you. Because this is one of the most common questions I get. Ustad, how come bad people are still happy? Why are you stalking them on Instagram? This person hurt my feelings and look at the picture they just posted of themselves. It burns us. How come Allah lets them be happy even though they're terrible people? And then people have an even bigger crisis. Ustad, there are some people that are really bad, but then they just do tawbah. And then they start taking care of orphans. And they memorize the whole Quran. But they were really bad. Is Allah just gonna just forgive them and I have to be with them in Jannah? I'm like, So how are you sure you're going? No, I'm just saying in case I make it, I don't want to see them. You know what that is? A desire to control the outcome. You know, if you say Allah is more fair than my concept of fairness, Allah is more wise than my concept of wisdom, Allah knows my feelings better than I even know my feelings, Allah cares for my heart more than I care for my heart, then it's easier for me to let Allah handle that without Allah explaining it to me. Allah will do it. Ya Allah, I know you're going to do it. Can you tell me exactly how you're going to do it? Is she going to fall off the stairs, or is there a bus that's going to accidentally just how's it going to, can you, because I just want to feel better. No. If you trust Allah, then let it go. I like to give you silly examples so you can understand the concept. If you trust someone's cooking, don't stand over their shoulder and say, are you going to add more salt, or that's it. Like if you trust her, just go walk away. You trust it. If you're trusting Allah with something, then no longer concern yourself with it. It's in someone's control who will handle this better than anybody else could handle it. Then you should be completely content. Now you're not worried about who said what, who's doing this, who is Allah going to do justice with these people or those people or those people. No. Am hasiba alladhina ya'maluna sayyi'ati an yasbiquna sa'a ma yahkumun. Are people who thinking they did wrong, you think they got away from us? What a terrible decision they made. So he's saying one of the biggest aspects of tawakkul in Allah is letting it go, letting the need for revenge or vengeance or justice go. When Rasul Sallallahu Alaihi Wasallam heard what the mushrikeen were saying about him, he's a liar, he's a poet, he's a magician. When he heard these things, it upset him. And that's why he was wrapping himself in a blanket, if you remember the beginning of the surah. So Allah told him, don't let this worry you, because who's handling that situation? Allah, let them talk. That's Allah's, that's not you to deal with, that's Allah to deal with. That should not worry you. In the mashriq, they're talking about you. When you're talking to Allah, they're holding their meetings on how to kill you or how to hurt you or how to end your mission. Don't worry about it. Don't worry, that's not your concern. In this ayah, we see La ilaha illa huwa, which is a statement of our declaration of worship of Allah. Everybody knows that. And immediately after, it's followed by fattakhidhu wakila. And other places in the Quran, fa'budhu wa tawakkal alayhi. Worship him and rely on him. Even in the Fatiha, Iyaka na'budu is about worship. Iyaka nasta'in, seeking his help, is about tawakkul, isn't it? So what are we learning? The first element of worship. Once you enter into the worship of Allah, one of the first manifestations that you've truly entered, I've truly entered into the worship of Allah, is I learned to let some things be handled by Allah that are out of my control, and I just say I completely have trust in Him. He's the only one. Allah al-Musta'an. That's it. It's good enough for me.